This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 793, World Guardians Big Day Out. Enjoy. We had our hot issue of the month last month, as we like to call them from time to time, with the treasure hunter bug, let's just say. And now this week, it's actually being called the discounted treasure hunter key and oddments exploit. But there's actually an update with this week on September 1st, where Jagex actually took credit for this and admitted that it was their responsibility, and they apologized for it. They summarize it as a cause of two different mechanics, the Oddments discount system and the Loot Duels treasure hunter promotion. We erroneously said that this was related to the traveling artisan last week because we were hooking it into that. That was not the case. And they said there were unforeseen consequences of this edge case for one of our newer systems, and they fixed it as soon as the problem was found. And they say it's not a bug in the traditional sense. It was a problem that had the potential to be exploited by a small number of players. And they identified just under 7,000 players who purchased keys using Oddments during this time period. Of these, 835 were identified as having purchased excessive amount of keys, between 500 and 2,000, with Oddments during that window, and were clearly taking advantage of the exploit. These accounts received a 72-hour ban for bug abuse minor. 61 accounts were identified as either having purchased an excessive amount of keys with accompanying XP gain, over 20 million XP, or having over 2,000 keys with oddments along with an unbalanced key spend ratio. These people were given 14-day bans for bug abuse, moderate, and 4 further accounts have been banned for 14 days pending further investigation. Now, they say because this was unintended on their part, the actions are more lenient than those would have been typically implemented for bug abuse, and the 85% who tested the mechanic rather than abusing it are not subject to any further action. We again would like to highlight the impact that this had on the game economy was minimal. And this was, of course, hotfixed at 7:10 p.m. British summertime on Monday, August 24th.
I mean, I was kind of convinced that, they would limit these bans to, known excessive plays in the first place. Like, I didn't really think that, it was as big of an issue as many people made it out to be.
Yeah,
when I heard the fuss about it, I thought, hundreds and hundreds of people had been banned, but it's just like, less than 100 got a 14-day ban.
Yeah.
And is that it?
and I don't like when they just ban players, tell them it's bug abuse, and then just shed all responsibility off them. I don't like it. I get it, but I can also understand it from the company's perspective, because there's so much that can go wrong if you admit, you're wrong and made a mistake in this, and then ban people for using that. So this post and update came quite unexpected to me, but I respect it that they really went out of their way to say, we're wrong, we apologize, and for me that means this issue is done now. They apologized, and these things happen. I know these things happen because these things happen in software. That's just, you're never going to get around that. So
I missed the part where they said the 61 people who were banned for moderate bug abuse also had an XP rollback.
Right.
Yeah. And I
think looking at this post, they took appropriate action to this response, and they apologized. What more do people want? I think we got more than, honestly, than we
right, and that
we deserved.
They still took the crap for it. And I was actually surprised that they were able to do this, because I thought, if you say this and this is related to a paying system, aren't you opening yourself up to some kind of legal trouble, perhaps?
Yeah, you'd think.
There's going to be some person out there who's going to sue them for something, right?
Well, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it has to be that's what we always have to come down to. That's what we always have to think about. Like, look, I'm glad they took this approach versus another approach. Had there been like permanent bans, I would probably not be real happy about it at all, because I think the responsibility does rest with Jagex on that. But at the same time, I get the line. You're walking, but it's unfortunate that you have to walk that line, because I just hate it that we're talking about that instead of talking about like how do we prevent it. You know what I mean? Like, we could be talking about something else.
Oh, you can bet they had a discussion internally on how to prevent this. Whenever something like that happens, any company worth what they say will have that kind of.
I don't really accept
debrief.
the like, it's them dirty players again.
No, I don't think anybody would have said that.
That's not. I don't accept that either. But that is not a tone they were pursuing on purpose. I think that's sort of a necessity as a company these days, and I totally agree with you. I hate that companies have to be this way, but that's. I think that's kind of where we're at. So.
All right, I think we can leave that there, and it's good to handle these things in public and do it transparently than not, and that's important. And I think a Jagex of a number of years ago would not have done that and has been transparent about it, so that's good. You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe or leave a comment.